Hey y'all, so this week's message for all of us is talking about the death of a situation, a transformation taking place. It is time for us to let go of the things that are not serving us, whether it's our old thought process, people, our surroundings, whatever it is. We just need to let go. We need to step into a new beginning to transform our lives. We've been in a space where we've been down. We've been dealing with the same cycles over and over again, and it's time for us to step up out of it, to just let it in, to let go and be okay with whatever comes next, and embracing the new beginnings and the things that are to take place in our lives. Also, we need to become clear. That's another message. It's time for us to become clear about what we want, where we're going as well, and to trust the divine energy that's within us. A lot of us need to tap in and go within to get clarity, to be able to bring forth this beautiful transformation. A lot of us are being caught up with what's going on in the world, the negative things, and just all of the chaos. And it's time to really go within. It's time to just experience something different. In order for our lives to be different, we have to let go. We can't focus on everything else outside of ourselves. So it's time for us to go within. Also, our messages stop being buried in unnecessary stuff. So a lot of us may be just buried in shenanigans, like things that don't really align with who we are, or don't align with where we're going, or don't align with our goals. And so it's time for us to just stop it. Once again, let go of the things that we're holding on to, the unnecessary things, the keep running in circles, doing things to distract you from being focus on being a better version. So we need to stop being distracted by things that's stopping us from being our higher selves. That's stopping us from being our best selves. And so we just really need to get clear and really clear out the mess that's within us, the stuff that hinders us, because we're really the ones in our own way. We're stopping our own growth. We're stopping our own process when we continue to hold on to things we know isn't good for us. So the moment we can release and surrender, we can start to see different results. And so we need to stop avoiding things that appear difficult, which could be the inner work, the self-work, the spiritual work. All of these things that seem difficult and hard, we're avoiding. We're tiptoeing around. We're keep not trying to step into it when we really need to. And that's where the transformation begins, when we stop avoiding what needs to be paid attention to. So when we start to pay attention to the things that we've been avoiding, we can begin to open our lives up to more joy, more peace, more fulfillment, even in the midst of the uncomfortable. We're opening doors to experience some beautiful things. So we just need to stop dancing around the inner work that we need to do, the spiritual work that we need to do, the physical work that we need to do. It's time to tap in. Okay? And if we don't, the message is it will only worsen. So whatever we're avoiding is only going to worsen. So we need to get to it right now, right away. Make that change and really do the hard work, because the hard work is the inner work. The hard work is looking at ourselves and seeing how we play a part in our own mess, and where we are in this moment, or why our lives isn't transforming the way that we want to. Okay, we're in our own ways, and we need to look at ourselves and see that we are the problem. So it's time for us to just stop looking outside of ourselves and look at ourselves and face our fears, face ourselves. Okay, and so also stop procrastinating. So if it's things that we want to do, things that we need to do, it's time to stop procrastinating. Okay, stop avoiding what you need to do. So whether that's something involving your goal or our goals, we need to stop it. Okay, and get to work. And stop absorbing other people's energy. We get caught up in other people's energy so much that it takes away from us looking at ourselves and our own energy. So this could even be just with these social media platforms, absorbing everybody else's energy and not looking at our own energy or doing the things that we need to do for ourselves. So it's time for us to stop absorbing the energy of other people, tap into our own energy, and start to create and build the life and the future that we want to see for ourselves and our children and, you know, future generation. Also, we have to take an honest look at our lives, basically. We just have to take an honest look. We have to be open and honest with ourselves, okay? We have to be brave enough to look at ourselves and be honest and open up and be vulnerable with ourselves, okay? And see what isn't working for us. So it's just basically going to require us to be brave and to be honest with ourselves, and then get to cleaning up all of this mess, all of this baggage, all of these things that's just in the way, you know. And we need to admit our problems, admit that we have these specific problems that we're trying to avoid or don't want to touch on. You know, it takes a great deal of vulnerability to look at ourselves, and when we do that, we're going to open doors for ourselves. We're going to create a new way of living, a new way of thinking, a new way of being. So it's just time for us to open up, and most importantly, the message we have is forgiveness. You know, it's time to forgive. It's time to forgive ourselves, you know, for the things that we put ourselves through, you know, the guilt that we hold within us, the things that we've been carrying for so long, the energy that we've been carrying for so long. It's time to let it go. It's time to forgive ourselves, because we are worthy of forgiving ourselves. You know, maybe some of us are okay with forgiving others, but it's really hard to forgive ourselves. So the message is saying, you know, forgive yourself. We have to forgive ourselves, you know, first, from regret or wishing that we would have done things different. And that's where the guilt come in at. So we need to just begin that process. Maybe that's the work that we have to do with looking at ourselves, being able to forgive ourselves, and also forgiving others too. You know, others need forgiveness, and we need to release their past, because these are blockages. When we live in our lives with this regret and this guilt and not forgiving people, it blocks us from our blessings, our happiness. And so that work excuse me, that work needs to be done, that work of forgiving others as well. So as we forgive ourselves, we can forgive others and create new experiences and opportunities. So the moment we get to that work, we can begin to open doors and trust that process. So release the past. You know, it's time for us to let go of the sadness and the pain that just was caused by others, so we can be free, okay? Because really, other people are probably living their lives and we're holding on to things, when in reality, we're keeping ourselves in a prison. So the moment we can release, we can begin to be free, because the people that we may be holding these grudges with are free. They're living their lives. They are doing whatever they need to do to be in a better situation. But we just need to forgive. And sometimes you have to be brave and have courage to forgive. So that's what we're being called to do, to be brave, to be honest, to forgive, and to do that work in order to move forward and heal. So forgiveness is the key to moving forward. And so find ways to forgive, find ways to let go, find ways to heal. You know, that's the message for us. And also, we need to figure out what's important to us and what we stand for. So what's important to us? What is it that we stand for? These are the questions that we need to answer, and we need to live in it. We need to stand on it. Whatever's important to us, that's what we should be paying attention to. Whatever we stand for is what we stand on. And so that is our message for this week. And then we have the message, well, the challenge for this week, which is sitting for long durations have been linked to a heap of negative outcomes: back pain, weakened muscles, weight gain, heart disease, diabetes, and more. Luckily, many of the negative impacts can be offset by interrupting sitting with even small amounts of movement. For instance, walking to the water cooler, doing a few stretches, or going up and down a flight. So here's the challenge. For 2 weeks, set yourself an hourly reminder to get up and move every hour while you are at work or while you're home. You know, just move your body. That's the challenge for us this week. That's a part of taking care of ourselves. Let's get to work, y'all. Let's do it. 14 days of healthy moving. So when you reach that 14th day, inbox me, let me know. Goal accomplished, mission accomplished. This is to just basically take care of yourself. This is a part of taking care of yourself. So I challenge you to take care of yourself by moving your body, you know, for 14 days straight, whether it's walking up the steps, taking a walk, or whatever. And if you complete it, let me know. And that's our message for this week, y'all. Peace.